Today's local community report is focusing on a young man, Wazidul Huq, who is a pupil at Handsworth Grange Community Sports College. A young man who's very passionate and inspired to join the media industry at a very young age. His mum actually identified that he was a very newsy person. He'd like to look at the news, watch the news, read the news, go to the library, collect literature, and he felt that his potential needed to be exploited and also to be supported. So over the last few years, Wazidul has been trying to gear up for a future in the media industry, which is obviously underrepresented by the ethnic minorities or the British Asians. Today we have the opportunity, and it's an honour for us to speak to the head teacher of the school, which is Anne Coyle. And thank you very much for joining us on the local community news.
Pleasure.
The importance of young people making future in the media industry, how important is it? And do you feel it's underrepresented by the British Asians?
I do feel it's underrepresented, and sometimes media gets a bad press, and for example people suggest that media is an easy option. It isn't. It's a hard GCSE, and I know that some of our students are particularly successful in it, and we want to encourage Wazidul to take his GCSEs and then go on to a career in media.
My understanding, your school is a very community-oriented school. You work alongside with the community in partnership. Your emphasis around sports is also well respected, and you're also been an award-winning school to raise the attainment of disadvantaged pupils, or pupils who have got linguistic or communication problems. Somebody like Wazidul Huq, who has got this passion and is full of enthusiasm of joining the media industry, when and how did you identify his special qualities?
Well, he's always been a superstar. He's always been very mature, and we started off, allowing him, and he was voted to be things like the form rep on the school council. He's then went on to become incredibly good at drama, performing arts, and we like to encourage that. And you can see this badge he's wearing. This is the Performing Arts Student of the Term. So all those skills we noticed, and we gave him the opportunities to practice them.
What sort of additional resources or provisions are allocated for him to boost his confidence and also to achieve what he wants to achieve in life, future in life?
Well, Wazidul is really good at asking for what he needs, and he's been to see me several times with some really great ideas, not just for himself but for other children as well. And one of his best ideas was setting up a reading group, and we bought some Kindles for Wazidul and the group, and that's been an absolutely fantastic success, and he's encouraged younger children to read.
Obviously, as being a head teacher working along with the community, the emphasis on pupils who are bilingual or multilingual, do you feel it helps them in achieving higher?
I think bilingualism is always good, and one of the things we've done this week actually is we've taken a lot of children who have different home languages. It might be Dutch, it might be Urdu, it might be Bengali, and we've given them the opportunity to get qualifications in those subjects as well as their own subjects at school.
Now, without praising him too much or making him a big head, how do you see him in the next 5 to 10 years?
I can see him on News at 10, I can see him as the roving war reporter, I can see him as a documentary maker, I can see him doing all those things in the future.
Before we say thank you to you, your message to parents and the community about the prospects and opportunities in the media industry, particularly when we are in the peak of a digital media era. Lots of the local community members feel they don't have enough awareness around the media. Do you feel they should pursue this?
I think it's a really worthwhile career, and one of my own children has progressed in a career in media, which I've spoken to Wazidul about, so it's something I'm passionate about. We're in a really good place in Sheffield at the moment. We're near to Salford, Manchester, which has become a real media centre, so we've got lots going for us in Sheffield.
Once again, thank you so much for your very valuable time, and also
Pleasure.
for the support you're showing to the community and also to Wazidul in achieving his future career. Thank you so much. As you just heard from the head teacher of the school, Handsworth Grange Community Sports College, a local community school which works in partnership with the community and also is always trying its best to raise community cohesion, integration, diversity, and also achieve higher attainment and education. Wazidul, your interests, how and when did they develop about the media industry?
Well, it started from a young age. I was always interested in that kind of stuff. I like to see what's going on the TV. I like to read a lot about what's happening in the world, and I just found it very interesting to find out everything.
Were you a person who was more into the literature? Maybe you was inquisitive?
Yeah, I was definitely drawn to that kind of stuff. I always liked to look at old literature, new literature, anything that I could read. I just did.
Any particular reasons you were following the current affairs and the news? Obviously, at a young age, normally boys are playing on the fields, football and running around, and also cricket, etc. But why did you feel that you needed to do this?
Well, I think it's important to understand what goes on in the world we live in and understand things that happen in this world, because one day, face it or not, our generation is going to be the ones that are in charge of this world, and I think it's important to understand how it's run now and things we can do to better it in the future.
As well as receiving the additional support here at the school to obviously develop and progress you in pursuing the career you want, what sort of environment is it at home? What sort of support did you receive from your parents, from your brothers and sisters? Did they say anything? Did they agree or disagree, or did they motivate you? Did they encourage you to join the media industry or to learn more about the media industry?
Yeah, from a young age at home, my mum's always, when I first started reading, my mum always pushed the idea of me being a journalist towards me, and I really like the idea, because obviously I want to travel when I'm older, and journalism gives you the opportunity to do that. And in terms of my brother and my sister, my brother is currently in university studying law, so I learn quite a lot about world affairs from him, and my sister's a youth worker, so I see the work that she goes and does in the community, and it inspires me.
Speaking of inspiration, any particular journalist or any presenters who you've seen or you've followed and you've learned something, or you see them as a role model, as a mentor in the media industry, or any journalist?
Nadia Ali would be a big one, because obviously the Queen's birthday celebration and the cake she baked just showed like how ethnic minority journalists are now progressing.
How do you see yourself within the next 5 to 10 years in the world of media?
Hopefully, I want to get my degree in journalism, and after I do that, I want to write for a magazine or a newspaper for a while, and hopefully one day I'll start off my own magazine company.
But do you understand, normally within the British Asian culture, the emphasis or the desires are around medicine, IT, computers, doctors, engineers, etc.
Yeah.
But something which you've chose or you have a desire in, it's not a common theme.
Yeah, obviously the world is moving into a more quaternary industry now, but as we are, like, you know, as journalism is a dying profession basically, and I think more people should be interested in it, because journalism is what makes news. It's the drive behind the news. It's the drive behind everything we do.
How do you feel as a young person that you'll make a difference in the world of journalism, particularly being a British Asian and your parental background is from Bangladesh? Do you feel you're able to represent a balance and also eliminate any suspicion or any bad negative press?
Obviously, being from Bangladesh, there's going to be a lot of stigmatism around what I do, and saying that it's very like ethnocentric and focused on certain stuff, certain aspects of everything. But I suppose with all journalists it's the same, and you're going to get some bad comments, but it's just dealing with them.
One person in your mind you have a wish to interview or meet up with in the world? Suppose you're a journalist at this moment.
I'd want to interview a world leader, probably, I don't know, maybe Barack Obama, someone like that.
And what would be the questions? What sort of agenda would you have in questioning them?
I'd ask them what they are doing to address the issues of Islamophobia in the media, and how they're trying to eradicate this kind of issue.
Your message to the community, your friends, and also to the viewers and the listeners of this programme, as a young person studying at the Handsworth Grange Community Sports College here in Sheffield?
Just educate yourself before you do anything else. Just educate yourself and try your hardest.
Once again, thank you very much, Wazirul Haq, for giving us your time, and good luck and congratulations in advance in all you do, and hope you definitely succeed as one of the prominent journalists in the future.
Thank you.
আমি হোসেন হেলাল এই মিডিয়া ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে অনেক দিন থেকে আমি চেয়ারলেসের শেফিলি প্রতিনিধি এবং ইমান রেডিওর প্রেজেন্টার জি। তাই মনে করি আমাদের তরুণ সমাজ এই মিডিয়া ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে আসা উচিত, কারণ আমি প্রথমে যখন আসি তখন অনেক কষ্ট করতে হয়েছে, অনেক ইন্টারভিউ নিয়েছি, অনেক বয়ে আসতে পারেননি। এখন মাশাআল্লাহ দেখা যাচ্ছে যে আমাদের কমিউনিটির মধ্যে অনেকেই উৎসাহী এবং মিডিয়া ইন্ডাস্ট্রি মানে ওনাদের নিউজ দিতে বা নিউজ শুনতে আগ্রহী। তাই আমি আশা করি এই মিডিয়া আরও আসা উচিত এবং আমাদের এখন সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া পাওয়ারফুল এবং মিডিয়া পাওয়ারফুল। Everybody welcome to media industry.
We are joined with Moti Rahman, who is a local community activist and also a presenter here on Iman FM's Bangla program and the wider programs. Moti Rahman, yourself, you've understood and the importance of the media industry. How are you encouraging young children, particularly your family, to think about considering a career or a job in the media industry as a professionally?
What I learn and what I understand about the media is one of those things is very important, where I would love to see our young generations coming out and get involved with the media. For example, my colleague Ahmad Hussain Halal Sahib is a reporter of Channel S, and I got inspiration from him. And soon when I received phone call from Iman Radio's Shabir Bhai and said would like to come and present Bangla program, I straight away mentioned my colleague name to get experience. So what I learned through the media, you could give the news of your community, your country, world, everything what's happening, good or bad. So I think media is very important for our generation to come out and join.
Now yourself, you got the awareness of the media because you're contributing here on this local media. How are you sharing this experience and raising the profile of the media within the community? And are you encouraging young people to seriously look at a professional job in the media industry when they finish their education?
You see, before I joined the media, the community people used to didn't know everything about what's happening there in the community. Since I joined with the media, I found through the media I am giving the message of the community, their needs, their everything, and that's why I think it's very important as you be a media as well, so you could give that news to everyone. And especially with this, I'm enjoying myself by helping other people to know what's happening in Sheffield or in the community too.
Thank you very much, Moti Rahman and Hilal Bhai, and also Mr. Shoaib from the Iman FM team here. You will be aware that today we are actually focusing this special report on a local student who is very passionate in joining the media industry once he has qualified professionally. What sort of advice and support would you be able to offer to such people in the locality?
I would urge all the British Asians to involve in the media industry and politics and other fields as well, because what I've seen over the years that most of our Asian parents, they like their children to be a doctor, engineer or solicitors, but it's not just that. Obviously you have to cover all the fields, but like yourself, mashallah, you've been doing for a long time, but you're a rare case study. You don't find too many Asians, but as I said earlier, that lots of people actually are coming towards us, Muslim and non-Muslim, but it's an open field. We are open to everyone.
Being an Islamic radio station for the South Yorkshire region, what sort of difficulties do you think the local youth are having, particularly the Muslim community? Do you feel they're going through some sort of confusion because of the rise of Islamophobia and hating crime? How can you help them to find solutions or to be able to research and able to accommodate such people?
Since this Islamophobia term has started, right, so lots of people are scared to talk openly, but I would say that it's not difficult. Plus in this country, alhamdulillah, we live in UK and we have liberty to say anything we like, obviously within the boundaries, but it's an open invitation to everyone to come here and express your feelings, and you can say anything, but you have to
do you feel because of the underrepresentation by the British Asians or the Muslims in the media industry, there's been a gap there and the lack of awareness or information around Muslim or the Asian community because of not equal representation in the media?
Yes, it's been a long gap, but now because of the social media, everybody can record their video, upload, and then see that it's not difficult. So now people actually are coming, even children taking interest into TV and radio as well.
Thank you very much to Mr. Shoaib, who is one of the managing directors of Iman FM, for giving his time and also sharing his thoughts and encouraging young people to join any media. Today we're joined with Muhammad Ali, who is the chairperson of Pakistan Muslim Centre, also the managing directors of Sheffield's community radio station, which has recently launched on the airways, Link FM. First from Mr. Muhammad Ali, thank you very much for joining us on this channel. The importance of having community media and channels such as Link FM.
It's very important, and it's really challenging and exciting times for the whole of the community. I think the opportunity what community radio stations give is immense. It's able to hunt and nurture young talent who are intrigued by media and journalism, and I think this gives them the first opportunity. The world is changing, the whole industry is changing outside, and I think we're able to help and support and give them that opportunity of training and able to showcase their talent.
Do you feel that the British Asians are equally balanced with the mainstream community with their representation in the media industry?
No, definitely they're not, and I think it's really nice to see young people who are coming through, and in particularly this young man, Wahidul Haq, who's coming through itself. His talent has been spotted by the school itself, and they've put extra support for him. And we as a radio station are excited by this itself. What we will do is give them the opportunity to come here, edit their program, do streamlining, and even run programs here. That would give them the confidence what's required.
Stations such as Link FM, how valuable do you feel they can be for the community and also the personal development of young people?
Immense. I think this has been a gap in the media industry, not being able to have something at the grassroots level. Now we have something like this, a forum or a radio station such as this. People need to come forward and build on the expertise what they have, and this will open doors to many opportunities, in particular in journalism and media.
Community radio stations, community media outlets such as Link FM are trying to raise the awareness. How accessible are you for the communities? Obviously, the first generation or the second generation maybe not very media assertive, but what are you doing to educate them?
What we are doing, the radio station is run 24/7 a week itself. We have recorded times, but we are approachable, we are accessible. We have a variety of people from all walks of life, all different countries, colours, creed, background, many languages. I think we have an open door policy, and those people who want to enhance their abilities, it's the ideal opportunity.
You've mentioned about the bilingualism and the cultural enhancement. You feel that this will also revitalise and reconnect the young generation with their culture, with their roots, through media such as Link FM?
It definitely does, because I've seen it firsthand. Youngsters who have been not able to come up to the media or even on a mic itself, week 3, they have so much confidence in themselves and people around them. They're able to lead, not follow, and that is something really enlightening. At
the moment, what sort of input or ratio do you have of young people contributing on your station?
What we have at this moment of time, I think we're on about 25% of youngsters who are coming through, because they see something different, whereas predominantly through the education we were sort of focused, whether it's medics or whether it's engineering, and the youngsters, they need to follow their dreams, and this is one of the dreams what I see in youngsters.
How do you think you're able to work in partnership with the local schools to promote media studies, particularly for all of the community?
We have fantastic links with the local schools, in particularly with Handsworth Grange School. What we've had people on placements and they've been working in admin, etc. This gives them much more opportunity for them to identify talent, and those people who want to see the scope and opportunities what here is to take them on.
Thank you very much to Muhammad Ali, the chairperson of Pakistan Muslim Centre, and also the managing director of Link FM Community Radio, who's been emphasising the importance of the media and its contribution by the young community in this era.
Thank you, Mushtaq.
Continuing with the special community report on Wahidul Haq, who is very interested in becoming a journalist. Now we will be speaking to mum, who will be giving us some background information and about his interest and his potentials. So the communications will be mixed in Bangla and English. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Papia Begum. আমার ছেলের নাম ওয়াজিদুল হক। আমি এদেশে আইছি 25 ইয়ার্স ধরে। আমার কাছে 3টা বাচ্চা আছেন। বড় জনের লহররা, 2 নম্বর জন মেয়ে, তাই ইয়ত ওয়াকররা, আর ছোট জন ওয়াজিদুল হক, তাই এখন হানসুয়াত গ্রেঞ্জ স্কুল এডুকেশন আছেন। তো তাই জার্নালিস্ট হইতা চাইরা হুড়ু থাকতে মান তাকেও তাই একটু ইন্টারেস্টেড আসুন লেখাপড়া বাইদি। তাই যতটুকু ছোটো আসলা আর আমি তাই এনকারেজ করছি আর কি তাই জার্নালিস্ট হইতা। আমি দেখাইছি জার্নালিস্ট হইলে কিলা নইব, ওয়ার্ল্ডও সকল জায়গাত ভিজিট করতে পারবাই। তুমি যদি জার্নালিস্টও জাস্ট বিচার লাগে রিকোয়ার করলে তুমি ফাইলাইবাই তাড়াতাড়ি। তো অতটুকু তাকে তাই এনকারেজ হইসন। আর বাকহুমও আমার বাই আসুন, তাইনও একজন জার্নালিস্ট। ওয়াজিদুল এতটুকু বাংলাদেশও গেছলা, ভিজিট করছলা, এতটুকু আমার বাইরে ওয়েডিং আছিল। তো এতটুকু তাই দেখছইন কত মানুষ ফেমাস পার্সন হল বাংলাদেশের অ্যাটেন্ড করছইন, লাইক মিনিস্টার, কাউন্সিলর, এভরিবডি অ্যাটেন্ড করছেন। বড় বড় জার্নালিস্ট হল আইসুন। এতটুকু তাই বুঝতে পারছেন আর কি যে জার্নালিস্ট কত গুড প্রফেশন বা রেসপেক্টফুল প্রফেশন। এতটুকু তাই আর কি এনকারেজ হয়েছেন। তো তাই আমার জিজ্ঞাসা করছেন যে আমি করতাম চাই ডেফিনেটলি। তারপরে আমরা আইসে আবার পরে তাই এমনো আর্টিকেল হল বা জিও হল তা তাই লেখন স্কুলও তাই তান যে স্কুলের যে নিউজ পেপার আছে এটুকু তাই আর্টিকেল হল লেখন। আমরা বেশিরভাগ বাঙালি মা বাপে চাই ছেলে ডাক্তার হইতা, টিচার হইতা বা অন্য প্রফেসর হইতা। আমরা কেউ আর কি জার্নালিস্ট বাইদি আমরা অত তাজিও করি না। বাট আমি মনে করি একটাও গুড প্রফেশন, বিকজ আমরা যে কমিউনিটি আছে কমিউনিটিতে তুলিয়া ধরার লাগে বালা একজন জার্নালিস্ট আমরা দরকার। তো আমি আশা করি সকলে যদি আমার বাচ্চার লাগে দোয়া করেন আর তাই যদি একজন বালা জার্নালিস্ট হইতে পারেন, তো আমরা বাঙালি কমিউনিটিরে তাই তুলিয়া ধরতে পারবা সকলের কাছে। তে ওটাও আমি সকলের কাছে আশা করলাম। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।